Shout out to Tom, Squeegee Tom. We're thinking and praying for you, buddy. Tough day. You will get through it, my man. Happy Friday. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Goo. Yeah. We are live and in effect. Adam Hogan Jr. in the building. Deeds up there, and our good buddy, somebody that we met while we were down south in the middle of Florida, Mr. Kevin Roberts. All you guys, what company you guys from? Where are you from? Tell us all about yourselves.
So the company is A Clearview Pro Services, and we're beginning our 13th year. Adam hasn't been here that long, but
nope.
Maybe about the last 4 years. And so I started it when I was invited to leave from the corporate job. There's such nice people over there.
Invited to leave. How polite. That's the best way. Yeah, that's the best way to say you got fired.
That's right. Well, that's okay. You know, all they told me was, well, yeah, we don't need you anymore. Okay, well, what does that mean? Who's going to do all this stuff I was doing? I don't know. We don't need you. Okay.
That's a problem that they'll try to figure out another day. Probably took them 2 years to figure it out, though.
Well, it was all based on spreadsheet. I'm certain of it. You know, that's how corporate makes decisions.
Absolutely.
So, on paper. You know, 6 months before that, I had done a little part-time gig with a friend of a friend. It was pressure washing, and he said to me, well, we also do window cleaning, but I don't like it that much. But the margins are good. And that phrase is what spurred me into the research. So I was looking at videos and going on YouTube. I didn't know anything about window cleaning, not a thing. And so by the time they invited me to leave, you know, I had some business cards. I was just going to part-time it on the weekend. So when I was invited to leave, I came home with my box of stuff from the office, and I told my wife, I said, I'm going to start a window cleaning company. And she just looked at me and said, okay, what else is she going to say? And that, you know, that was going on 13 years ago.
Damn.
And so,
well, it sounds like it was a great decision.
Every cloud has a silver lining, and that was mine.
We were just talking about that when one door shuts or one door opens, another door shuts, or vice versa. And it sounds like that's what a lot of us have been going through in our lives. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
I wanted to tell all of our friends. I'm not sure who's in the building yet. I'm going to double check our on the live stream. But to all of our friends who are watching, as I mentioned, we are joined here by our buddy Adam Hogan Jr., who's been a regular on the show for many, many months. Adam and his, I don't want to use the term boss, but, you know, the CEO of a clear. What was the title that you used? Yeah, the man. The CEO man. Of a clear.
Well, you may be giving me more credit than I'm due, but, you know, I'm just a guy that lives the life I want to treat people the way I want to be treated, whether that's personally or professionally. And that's the simplest way. I want to go to bed every night and not have to worry that I didn't do the right thing. And it's not hard.
No, it's not. And that's one of the things that so we were all the four of us were just spent last week in Orlando, Florida, and to get a chance to spend some time first off with Adam, who's been a part of the show for a long time, was great. You know, he and I and Mark have been buddies for quite some time. And one of my favorite parts of doing events like the IWCA or the Huge is watching some of your friends become friends or spend time with new friends. And at the Huge in August, we spent a lot of time with Adam and Mike Nichols and a bunch of the guys and getting to know each other. And then on this trip too, Adam and you guys, we all spent more time together. And it felt like I didn't really know you at all, Kevin, but all of a sudden we're sitting here having long conversations, and it felt like I knew you for a long time. I really enjoy the way that Adam operates, not only on camera and in his videos and things like that, but the way he carries himself. He's a young man, he's got a child, doing his thing, trying to continue to grow in this industry. And oftentimes I look at people in our industry and I see how they operate, and the way he operates, I'm like, there's got to be something behind it. You know what I mean? He he is talented beyond his years. He carries himself like he's been around the block. An old soul, I guess, is the term I'm looking for. Wise beyond his years. And I'm like, how does he get that information? And why is he like this? Well, after spending some time with you, it was pretty clear. He's got a decent role model and somebody to look up to in business. And that goes a long way, man. So I want to say props to you, Kev, because that is a big deal. Whether you want to hear it or not, in my opinion, it's a pretty big deal. He carries himself with class and with dignity, and he's just an overall good dude. So I'm glad to have both you guys on. What was your guys' favorite part about the event?
I think probably the brotherhood, getting to know people.
Volume?
We can hear it. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Brotherhood, I think, is my favorite part. Learning from people, one conversation leads to talking about a problem, a challenge, a customer, a tool. And then the next thing you know, maybe you're learning something you didn't know. Now, there's other things you can learn in the classes, and that's always good too. But those are the nuggets that you discover on while you're out and about.
Everybody likes good nugs. Everybody loves good nugs. So I missed half of I apologize. The earbuds apparently went out. This is why when you have kids, you don't let them borrow your shit. My kid takes buds constantly. Everything that is mine is now he thinks is his. So yeah, I was trying to be all slick in case the dogs were barking, wear the earbuds. Like John Magdos keeps telling me, hey Goo, if you wore the earbuds, everybody wouldn't hear the dogs. Well, I wear the earbuds and they don't work because my damn kid. Anyways.
Can't win.
You can't send them back. Once they're here, they're here.
They're yours. You can't get rid of them. I mean, you could, but you'd probably get arrested or something. So how many conferences or conventions have you guys both been to? I know, Kevin, you've been to.
It was my third.
That was your third?
Yeah.
Over the years, probably half a dozen or more. I've lost count. I've been to 2 or 3, maybe 4 IWCAs over the years, several of the huge conventions over the years. And I've seen how they have changed over the years. I really enjoy the IWCA just because I think there's more technical information that's beneficial for people who are, window cleaners.
Yeah.
We all do lots of things. We also do soft washing and pressure washing and, awning cleaning. But I'll say I'm a window cleaner. That's if people ask, that's what we do. And that's always the lead in. There's always add-ons that you could offer a customer when you go onto a property. You notice things, and if you ask them about them, sometimes you can quote on them and sometimes not. My goal is to never give people more than what they're asking me for. You just want to get a little nibble. We don't want to scare people off. If you can get them to, take advantage of what we offer for window cleaning, great. If there's an opportunity to help them down the road in some other area, you just have to, timing is everything. We could have the best stuff in the world. We could have the best tools, the best people, the best of everything. But if the timing is wrong, nothing else matters. Not a damn thing, nothing. And that's
timing is everything. And one of the guys that I look up to, I consider a mentor. A lot of us do. Chris Simonides is all about the timing, and if the timing ain't right, baby, it's not worth it. Doesn't mean it's not gonna doesn't mean it won't happen down the road, or doesn't mean maybe, again, but the timing, if it isn't right, then you don't have to waste your time sitting on it thinking about it. You just press on to the next, right?
That's right.
Yep.
So the word no doesn't mean no forever. It just means not right now.
Yeah.
Maybe next week, maybe next month, next year, whenever. It's just not no. No's not permanent. It just tells you where you are and how you can move forward.
If day by day, live like Pepe Le Pew, like never take no for an answer. Like, I'll be back. Don't you worry about it, monsieur.
Yeah.
That's how you got to attack business, like Pepe Le Pew. Like, I'll be back for you. I'll come back.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it.
That doesn't bother me. If people say, well, we don't want to do it. Okay, well, we'll still be here next year, next week.
Adam.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
On to the next. Yeah.
I'm low key sales. I'm not
Oh.
hardcore, and hardcore scares people. And people are more savvy buyers nowadays than they used to be. But it doesn't matter, young or old. People can sense genuineness, and if
Yeah.
you're not genuine and you don't speak from the heart, then they can smell it, a mile away. You're better off just being yourself.
Agreed. Right, Deeds?
I've hired Romanian gypsies to shampoo my rug once, and they were like, "We make the carpets so fresh for $50 more. I put an anti-starch." I'm like, "Clean it and go on, get." Yeah, and you could tell how authentic he was. Oh, it's so fresh, smells so good. It's like, get out of here, you Romanian gypsy.
Oh, you're too much, dude. You're too much.
Yeah.
So, I actually, do you guys ever share information or other than the youngsters that are on your crew, Kev? Like, I was asked to help out some young entrepreneurs earlier this week, and they actually just so happened to be Romanian, and they were trying to get some information, and I told them, you should probably lean into your church. The Romanian cultures stick to each other very well, and I was like, I would definitely dip into your church, your local people, and so big shout outs to all of the Romanians, not just crazy gypsies, as
Not
Deeds is
just the
talking
crazy
about.
gypsies, my wife.
No, I'll shout out to all the Romanians. We got a huge population and a huge culture out here.
There.
Yeah, man. Actually, my neighbor 2 doors down, and a bunch of kids from the soccer club. Go Romania.
Oh yeah, like 6 of them, right?
I think only 2 on this year's club, but yeah, they are. The culture is awesome. Everybody sticks to each other and helps each other out. That's one thing that I admire. Kind of reminds me of the window cleaning culture. Everybody's there. Everybody's got each other's back. You might not know that there is an actual culture, but there is, and everybody's got each other's back. So I dig
Speaking
that.
of each other's back, let's give a shout out to Squeegee Tom and give some updates on that.
Yeah,
breaking news coming in from South Carolina. Window cleaner stranded, broken down on the side of the road. Details at 7:45. Go ahead, Goo.
Well, the details are our pal Squeegee Tom, aka Thomas Wilson, is on the side of a road and his engine has frozen and he's trying to figure out what to do. So yeah, he is, let's see, I'm not exactly quite sure where he is on the map because I don't know
between
geography.
a rock and that hard place.
I want to say, let me double check here real quick. He says he is at on the, I don't have my goggles on. Looks like he's over by Cedar Creek and Meadowview, somewhere in South Carolina, Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church. So I don't know if anybody can help Squeegee Tom out. Actually, there's quite a few of us that are in a text that is trying to get something going on. I told him the only cleaners that I know in South Carolina are Jello and John La Liberté. And I don't know if John's up yet or not, but yeah. So if there are any cleaners out there in South Carolina and you want to give Tom a hand, get a hold of us, get a hold of Squeegee Tom. There's quite a few of us that are in connection with him. So myself, Corey, Damian, Grace, anybody that wants to help Tom out, give us a shout and we'll make sure that we can send him, our thoughts, energy, I don't know about you guys, but for me, if something like that were to happen to me, I'd probably be freaking the fuck out, and I'd be doing the same thing. Yeah, I'd be doing the same thing Tom's doing. Hey, man. Hey, can anybody help me out? Like, how do we fix this? But I'm not sure if Tom's paying attention, listening, or watching. I actually hope he's taking a deep breath and trying to relax and get through this. And who knows? Maybe in 10 minutes, the car will just start. Weird shit happens sometimes, right? Weird shit
the battery and pray. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys, you said earlier in a text, Kevin, you canceled an appointment today. You taking it easy on the guy? You giving him a light day, or what's the deal?
No. So what I did was I delayed an awning job because usually in February I'm in rust mitigation on the trailer.
He's not ready yet.
Yeah. So we weren't as prepared as I would have liked to have been. That's correct. But that's okay. It's better to recognize that early enough on and be professional enough to fix it before you go there and screw it up.
Yeah.
That's the better plan. So yeah, we're working on the trailer. It's not done. I'm changing what we're going to go do. It's just going to be next Friday instead of today. No big deal. We'll still do it.
I do that shit all the time. Hey, it didn't work out today, or hey, something came up. So that is one of the nice things about being a small business or a operator. It's when you're early in your career, you take that shit super stressful. Am I right? Do you remember like those early days if you had to reschedule something, Kevin? Like you call a client, and you're like, your stomach's upset, and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to upset a client. And now you're like, hey, fuck it. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry this came up. Can we reschedule until next Friday? No big deal. No sweat off the back. Let that shit roll off the back like water off a duck.
Yeah. So I spent 18 years selling copiers. So I never, ever want to cancel an appointment. It's like the worst thing. However, also I have found over the years, as long as you communicate and have a real conversation with people and let them know what's going on, 99% of all your issues can be handled with a conversation.
Agreed.
In my opinion.
Agreed.
And if you're not willing to step out there and have that conversation, then that's kind of a challenge for you. I know what we're going to do, and pick up the phone, call them, and just you got to be flexible. I've said for years to kids, flexibility is the name of the game. Flexible.
Yep. Jack LaLanne. But I'm wondering if anyone ever sent a reschedule request to a customer with just like emojis, like stop, calendar, cat crying, and then like an arrow to like Tuesday, and then a number, you know what I mean? Like with this generation of kids we have nowadays, and then like a smiley thumb face at the end or something.
Yeah.
And customer just returns like a big thumbs down.
That's got to be an actual conversation, not text, not email.
Yeah.
It's got to be an actual conversation. Absolutely.
Hello. Yep. Smart. So don't use cat emojis to cancel appointments, folks.
No.
Important.
Notice that the two of you kind of seem to have this calmness about yourself. Adam, you always seem to also be like chill and like he says no. Is this like a really you? Like is it always just calm? You guys just let everything not bother you? Is that how work goes?
For the most part, until something comes up,
He's like a duck, Duck looks great on the surface of the water. Below the water, he's paddling like hell. So that's how it is, really, I think.
What a great analogy. I can see it now. His feet are just kicking. Going.
That's right.
I love it. I kind of feel that same way sometimes. It's like, yeah, man, everything's good, but inside you're like,
yeah.
It's no fun. So what is on the agenda for today?
What's on our agenda for today?
Yeah.
So we've got route work. Adam's going to meet Chris at the shop here shortly, and then I'll be getting back on trailer work to get that thing completed and out the door, ready to use by midweek. That's what's on our agenda. You mentioned the calmness. I guess there's some calmness. There are days that we have, moments. Personally, I think we do a lot of route work. I'd say probably 65%, and there's a reason for that. And probably 35% residential. When I started my business, I knew that from having sold before that I could pick a street anywhere in this town, anywhere, and go knock on doors and find customers. And so that's really where I focus, trying to build the business. Plus, it gives you a lot of practice. Every day you're on the glass doing something.
Yes.
And, coming across different issues, different challenges, and that's where you learn. People are always asking, we're out, hey, what's that window cleaning solution you got? Well, we use a professional grade solution we purchased from a supplier. Go WCR. Hey, shameless plug.
Yeah, WCR.
But
exactly.
Really,
shout out.
Really, the most important thing I think is the practice on the glass, different things that you have to deal with, and the professional knowledge that we gather over years. That's really where it separates, guys who've been in the industry, guys who are out there promoting the industry from, the guys just getting started. And there's a difference. Some of those guys who are just getting started are like Adam, and they just embrace it and they want to learn everything they can about the industry. Others may see it as a temporary stepping stone, and they're not all in, and they're just, in it for beer money or whatever. I don't know. Everyone's different. we don't judge.
I did that for about 14 years or some shit. Some of us can't decide what we want to do with life until life makes decisions for you. And it is what it is, right? There's lots of us that have gone through different hoops and jumped through different circumstances to get where we are. The thing that's important is that we are there and we continue to strive and give back. And that's one thing that when I had time to spend with you and with Adam at the same time, I kind of realized that, like I was saying earlier, that's where he gets that old soul from. He has that experience to lean on, that don't get too stressed out. Don't let anything get you too hyped. Don't let anything get you too wound up. And that's a good characteristic to have. You know what I mean? So that's just some of the things that I noticed while I was hanging out with you guys in Orlando. Deeds, what was one of the when we were all hanging out, one of the best times that you remember having?
Oh, the coffee sticker exchange. That was awesome. We had people.
Adam was being like a little ninja, running around getting videos of everybody. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Don't be
that
too
was the best.
Don't
Sorry.
be too talkative this morning, bro. What's that?
So I pretty much covered it with the video I posted.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I was to see that first morning and impressed with how you edited it, the song selection, the different angles, and the amount of people that you were able to capture was pretty amazing. That's not your first, that's your third convention, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And anybody there in particular that you were super excited to get to meet or hang out with?
Just all my online friends. Sean Hart, he's always a hoot. You guys, it was good seeing you guys again.
Yeah. It is a blast hanging out with you, man. And definitely Sean and Justice and the crew from Zero. And yeah, it was a blast. And everybody's still kind of riding that high, man. Like, still like thinking about how everything went. And now in a lot of the conversations in the text and the chatter, how can we make it better and all that good stuff. And my wife.
It's the best.
I still need to get one of those stickers because the dog ate one. But speaking of stickers, pal Jessica Battle, aka Squeegee Chick, said that, what did she say? Something about She has some stickers that came late. So if anybody wants to PM her, let her know. She can get some stickers out to you guys. And Jess is awesome. So definitely if she's going to be nice enough to send you a sticker, I definitely would take advantage of that. Like to give a good morning to Jeremy Pita, Mike Matthews, my guy. I should go down to the head thing. That actually, when Chris brought the cutout of Mike Matthews' head to do on the live, I think that was on the coffee day. That was possibly one of my favorite moments of the whole event.
Yeah.
You know,
that of the Care Bear, Craig.
I've told
like, holy shit.
The Gucci bunny was my favorite.
Gucci bunny.
Gucci bunny was good.
The bunny. Yeah, that's a good one too. But for like me personally, because Mike was so nice enough to like let me stay in his house for 2 nights and take me around Crossville, Tennessee, and feed me at his home, you know, for him to not be there physically, but then to have Chris pop in with his cutout. And also, like, I don't think Chris and Mike didn't really know each other before 6 months ago when we were all together at Nashville. So for me to watch our friends who have become friends through this little experiment that we've been doing and continue to be better friends and lean on each other and, you know, have these text chains going on with others, I feel like that was pretty special. Like, our community is legit and what we're doing does mean something. And it made me really proud. And like, it was like a full circle moment. So I don't know if Chris is still on, but I'm going to give another shout out to Chris because it made it feel real and it made it feel real good. So, man, I'm looking at myself in this freaking thing and I shaved my mustache and my face just does not look the same. My daughter walked in yesterday.
Wake up. Why don't you put a little makeup?
Yeah, she's like, Dad, you got rid of the mustache. How long is it going to take to get back?
I knew there was something different about you. Couldn't put my mustache on it.
That lip koozie. Gonzo.
Hold on, we got something for that.
Gonzo. Mason said, pay it forward.
You know, Jason, you mentioned the favorite thing at the IWCA. One of my favorite things, and it's not necessarily just for this last event or the huge or whatever. One of my favorite things is learning how people in the brotherhood got involved in this business, because I really feel fortunate that I was able at almost 50 years old to discover and be able to participate. I did a lot of things over the years. I was in food service. It was a movie theater business. I sold copiers, and it took a long time to get into this world. And so I won't ever do anything else. But what sparked you, Jason, or what sparked you, Mark, or what sparked Adam, or what sparked Chris, or what sparked Mark, who's unfortunately on the side of the road, or any of us. We all have a story, and that is really one of my favorite things, to learn about everybody.
And that's, you and I are both the same on that one, Kev. Like I wanted to hear the stories and then share the stories. You know what I mean? Like because everybody's got such a unique and different way. Some of us fell into it on accident. Some of us needed a job or, stuff like that. But you're right. Like I did in between when I first learned how to do this and then where I am now, I was a ticket, basically a scalper, but in an office. I also sold education. I worked at University of Phoenix for like 1.5 years while I was doing shit on the side. So could you imagine me calling you after you putting in a request to possibly do online schooling? And then you get some Yahoo named Jason calling you literally from Phoenix being like, so I hear you want to do secondary education. How can I get you signed up for school? Yeah, that was shit. Yeah. And I was actually the one responsible for getting you into school and then also being your hype man for the first, I don't know, however long some quarters are, or however long the 9-week classes are. But once I got you through that first 9 weeks, then you're someone else's problem. So
you can do 10 weeks and 9 weeks.
Yeah, I was the ultimate hype man. I just needed to get you through that first 9 weeks or whatever it was. So
buy your books, pay your deposits.
I could definitely be a hype man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so any big plans for the weekend, guys?
enjoy weather. It's going to be nice.
I don't know. My son gets up with a fever, so
You got
Oh,
up
I'm
with a
sorry.
fever? Ah,
Yeah, that's
Not
not
good.
good. Sick
dude, I
kids,
will
that's-
ache. It's like pounding back here. Oh, Kev,
Yeah,
how
we
old
got
are your
80s
kids?
this weekend?
So, my wife and I are blessed with
My wife.
four.
My wife. Yep, there you go.
Four.
Awesome. 4 kids.
So we have twins that are about to be 25 in June. And
Cool.
then my youngest daughter is 22, and she's going to be getting married in May. And then my
Nice.
youngest son is about to be 20. So he'll be 20 on the day before St. Patrick's Day on March 16th. So just a couple weeks.
Neat.
I won't have any more teenagers. That era has been gone. So that doesn't mean immediately that they all have the knowledge to get themselves to the next level, but they're well on their way. So yeah, only 4. That's all I can handle. No more than
Yeah, that's a lot.
4 plus Adam.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
well,
the extra. I'm the additional.
He's a different one. That doesn't count.
surrogate. But you
There you
know
go.
what's
TV6.
great? So Adam is a good friend of my son.
Yeah.
And thankfully over the years, I have been able to incorporate some of my son's friend into the business. Chris, who also works with us, is also one of my friend's sons. So, but in order to get to Adam, there were a lot of other people along the way where I had
Yeah, I know that feeling.
a helper here or a helper there, and you have to turn over a lot of rocks to find a diamond.
Rock.
So, that's kind of where we are now. And so, with Adam's involvement,
Thank you.
we're trying to, get to some different level and, build on what I've already got out there to allow us to, scale if we want to or not. It really just depends on how the business takes you. You got to have a lot of different pieces in the puzzle in order to have things work out. And sometimes, when you're growing something organically, you just a little at a time, it gives you a much more stable spot, I think. You can control what's going on.
It takes a lot of time, man. Like you just said too, especially if you're just getting started or you're in your first 5 years. I've been doing this now. I'm going to use the term sober since I stopped drinking in 2019. And it took me still basically 4.5, 5 years. And I went through like 4 or 5 different not so great employees. And it's just a learning curve. And if you're lucky enough to hire somebody that's a gangster and a stud straight out of the gate, then lucky you, and God is shining on you perfectly. That's great. But I really feel like in all honesty, most of us have to go through that learning curve, that, you have to go through these lessons to become a better business person, if that's the route that you want to go. You know what I mean?
Well, those things, the tools that you gather in the business, anything that you did beforehand, working at University of Phoenix, that provided you some quality that you can now incorporate into this business. Everything I did along the journey, those were all little nuggets that I picked up along the way, skills that allow me to be a better business owner. If I had, been a younger business owner, I probably wouldn't have had the calmness or some of the other knowledge that allows us to feel comfortable about how we deal with people, because really this is a people business, and there's people that we work with, and if you have the skills to deal with people, whether they're customers who are external people we deal with, or employees who are internal people we deal with, the people, that's the part that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
But there are other things that you can do to make your business better. I mean, probably one of the most important things I did when I was first starting. I started with little ticket books, 3-part carbonless forms from Walmart.
I did that until 2 years ago.
And so, exactly. What I did was I started using software because what was a changing moment for me was, like, I'd been in the business a couple of years. I had a customer call me back and say, hey, you did our house, 2 years ago. We want you to do it again. I'm like, okay. And so I didn't know what their stuff was. I didn't know where it was. I was in a box in my basement. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it for the same price. We'll get you on the schedule. How about that? And that's all I said. After the call, I hang up. Then I start digging, trying to find who the hell is this person? Where's their stuff? What did I do? What's their address? But, now my stuff's in the cloud. And so everything is scheduled. And if it's on the schedule, we got you. If you call me back and you want something from before, boom, 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 search. Hey, we'll get you on the schedule.
I did that yesterday at 4 o'clock. My phone rang and said, hey, this is Leslie. You cleaned our gutters last year. You available? I'm like, yeah, I can come tomorrow morning. She's like, all right, cool. Thanks. So, and then I hung up, found her, sent her the estimate. She accepted. Boom, on the schedule. The software really helps.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
So that was something that I used to have a really problem with too, was what I never kept paper notes. Everything was straight cash, homie. Like Randy Moss, straight cash in the beginning. And I never remember what I charged anybody. And it'd be like $240. This time it's $320. This time it's $275 or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's no longer like that. Thank God. Another thing too that we talked about is and Jeremy Peterson says window cleaning really helped me boost my confidence with people. And I really feel like that is another thing too, that especially when we're doing, commercial is good, but a lot of times you don't have too much interaction. But that resi side, man, tell me about what resi is like for you guys. I know you said it's about 35% of your business, but what kind of hurdles did you have to go through during COVID?
Oh,
because
man,
I know that it made my business load, but it was scary at first. Let's hear about it.
I think during COVID, it was just scary.
I'm smiling, Adam. Sorry.
We're dealing with this unknown when nobody knew anything about it. So we had people from a residential perspective say, well, if you're not wearing a mask, you're not coming to my house. Well, what do? You try to play nice with people. And so you try to accommodate. Thankfully, because of that mix, we had a lot of commercial. And so, we contracted during COVID. I think I'd had year-over-year growth all the way up to COVID and, 25, 30%, 20%, 15%. Well, COVID, we were backwards 4%. That's how we ended up. But I had people calling, hey, we're going to cancel. But you just have to outwork it. You got to get out there and make calls and knock on doors, find customers, and you got to keep it because, I could have easily been, negative 30%, but you have to outwork it. And you just have to accommodate those customers and try to hopefully, not piss people off. But, we do have residential customers. And
when I don't know if you've watched much of this show, but we've discussed this quite a few times on here. And I really feel like COVID was like a make or break for me as well. And I feel like I changed a little bit about how I went about my business. I've always been a personable, felt like at that time, everybody needed somebody to talk to. Right. And it was kind of like what you said about hey, some people were super masked. I live in Arizona, so it wasn't like that. Most people were like, that shit out of my house. I don't care, like whatever. And some people were, about that life. They needed that mask for that safety feature or whatever, or they had elderly parents or like my brother, his wife, not with us anymore, but my brother's wife had a heart transplant.
Wow.
And, he was seriously like, that could affect people. But what I found was when I went into a client's home and I related to them about life and in my head and in these times, that those people just really wanted to talk to somebody too. And when I made that connection, I took that 2 minutes to just check in on someone's mental health, they appreciated it. Not only did they appreciate it, then they tended to go on and tell the people in their chat, the people in their community, the people on their Facebook marketplace or next door or whatever it is like that. And it was like, all I had to do was be nice to somebody for a couple minutes. And then they sent me 3 referrals.
Right.
I can do that.
Very nice.
I think you're right. I think if you had been able to survive COVID and you started on the beginning, you came through it, then you learned some stuff. But I mean, at that point, you feel somewhat invincible. I mean, if we can survive COVID, we can survive just about any freaking thing.
Good term. And it was like, I remember I had just started, I was working for another friend and trying to rebuild my brand and business and keep money on the table and doing that. And yeah, man, it was just a very, very weird time. But I really feel like I learned a ton through that whole experience. I really do. What has there been a very, I don't want to say scary, but has there been a time in this last 13 years where you've just been like, oh shit, what am I going to do?
I think the first 2 years was the hardest part because I was literally, I had zero customers.
Yeah.
And one in particular time, this was in January. I started my business in January. I was invited to leave on January 29th.
Okay.
So that first month, I have one customer we've got now, but it took me a while to get that customer. So I went in, it was a car dealership. It's 15 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
The general manager there, he's like, yeah, I don't need window cleaning. He said, but what I do need is I need somebody to come in here and scrape this wax off of the sales cubes in my lobby. And I'm like, okay, well, I think we can probably do that. So, I gave him a number. And so I spent 2 weeks on the floor scraping in this car dealership. Now it was February, so I was happy to be inside. So that was nice. But, when I got done with it, I think I quoted the guys, it was like $400. I spent 2 weeks in there scraping this crap. I was probably making $6 an hour, maybe. I don't know what it was. So when I got done, the guy was like, yeah, that was pretty good. So we know you've been here for 2 weeks. Maybe I should give you a little more money.
Yeah.
So, I think I ended up billing him about $800 for 2 weeks worth of work, but it was still better than being outdoors. So, that in all of those situations in the beginning, we have 0 customers and you have way more time than money, way more time than customers. And you're just out there trying to, hit the pavement, find people because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just really wanted to get the calendar full so I could have some customers so that maybe I could, prove to my wife. I started out, I really wanted to prove to my wife that I could pay the mortgage and put some food on the table. That's it.
That's the story that you told me with that was the info that you relayed to me when we were at the show. And I was like, that I need this guy on because I remember that feeling too. Like, excuse me, my lovely wife, Marisa, she's got a good corporate job and things like that. But I wanted to prove to her and to myself that this was a profession. This was, something that I could do. And when I first started it, I think there were 10 companies maybe that were out here and that were listed as window cleaning companies in Arizona. And I want to say like 8 out of those 10 were basically commercial, right? Nobody was offering residential services. And if they were, it was like oh, I got a guy or a friend of a friend, and then you call that guy and it would take him 2 weeks to get a hold of you. And then, he may or may not show up. And I found that all I had to do was answer the phone, reply to the call, go and give the proper estimate. And people loved that I would come out to the house and do it, and then do a good job. And then the rest of it just took care of itself. Yeah. It's not rocket science, guys. No. It really isn't. And doing a good job isn't that difficult either. I mean, especially if you've been, after you've practiced and done it quite a bit. So, yeah, man, when we were at the IWCA, I really connected with both of you. And I'm super glad to get you on, man, because I had so much fun with you, hanging out with you guys. And then you guys were kind enough to come out to the speed competition. And then I broke away, and Kev, you and I had a nice little half-hour, 45-minute conversation, just shooting the breeze, like, kind of finding out a little bit about each other. And that's what those events are really about too. It's building those friendships, that camaraderie, that brotherhood that we talked about, and that fellowship. And I feel like we're continuing to do that, and it's making our industry a better spot. I want to touch on something again real quick. I don't know if Tom is watching or not. Tom, I know that you're in a tight jam right now, and I don't mean to cut into you guys, Adam or Kevin, but I want to look straight at you, Tom. If you're watching, it's going to be all right. All right. A bunch of us are here for you. Craig's got you, Grace, Adam, myself, the whole Orlando crew, Frank all the way from across the pond. There's wheels turning. You're going to get where you need to go soon. Damien's there too. All of us, we're here. Keep taking them deep breaths. You're going to be okay. And, it's a vehicle. It will eventually get taken care of. Don't get too overworked. Don't get too hyped up. Don't need that blood pressure up here. Let's keep it down here, and you're going to be all right. I love you, brother. You're going to be okay. So sorry about that. I know he's in a tight jam, and, we don't want our friends to stress out, especially if they're far from home, especially if they have health issues. Part of what we do here is we make sure that we care about and we nurture one another, and we don't want to leave people out high and dry. So, again, Tom, we love you, bro. You're going to be all right. Got that zest. So I want to give a shout out to Jake Van O. I don't know if you guys were on. Kevin, I don't think you were on yesterday. Adam, were you on the Window Cleaning Nation yesterday when they did the giveaway?
Yeah, 8 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, so they gave 2K and WCR gift card away. So that was pretty sweet. D, do you remember the name of the company that won yesterday?
Sioux Falls Cleaning.
Something Braxton, maybe?
Sioux Falls? Yeah. Sioux Falls Clean?
Oh, yeah. Sioux Falls Cleaning, yeah. So
shout out to Sioux Falls Cleaning, who won the 2K giveaway from WCR yesterday. Shout out to Grace, James Riley, my partner over there, Zen in Utah, and to Jake Van O. And, of course, to our buddy, Chris Lambernides, who jumped on and is kind enough to hook everybody up. Exactly, right? Let's see here. There's a couple other things that I wanted to get to. Deeds, what do you got going on today?
Today, my wife, she's taking a road trip with a girlfriend to do an out-of-town thing. So I'm on dad duty from now till Sunday. But I've got until today to catch up on work and stuff. And we're getting her suite is all empty. So I've got to do last-minute punch lists of grab this, touch up paint here or there. So I've got my hands full for the morning, but I'm doing a quick gutter cleaning down in one of my favorite neighborhoods to a return customer. And looking forward to that. And yeah, just getting that done today. And then just being dad all weekend. So we're going to watch movies, order pizza, fun stuff.
Super dad.
I'm cool dad, kids. Let's watch a PG-13 movie. Yay.
You're gonna when she comes home, when Kylie comes home, kids gonna be like, oh, dad, so much fun. And then he's gonna be all pissed off at you and be like, why is it when I'm home that they're all crazy and nuts, and act like it was just super easy. She's going to want to kick you in the dick, Deeds, but it'll be all right.
So, Mark,
with 3 kids, it's normal. Go ahead.
What are you planning on cooking for the kids over the weekend? That's always a point of contention.
Pork and beans.
Fish sticks, dinosaur chicken nuggets.
I had that 2 nights ago.
Red Baron deep dish pizzas, and maybe the Totino's flat rectangle pizzas.
Okay.
And we're gonna order out pizza. One of the nights, do it Domino's or something fun.
So pizza, 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 and pizza.
Don't
They
forget
love
the
cheese
fish sticks
pizza.
and the chicken nuggets.
Fish sticks and nuggets.
Yeah, but you gotta have Chick-fil-A sauce to go with the those fried goodness, the air fryer stuff.
So I used to make this creation of my own. So for my kids, when they were young, 10 and under, I used to make mac and cheese, and then I grill some hot dogs and cut them up and throw it in there, and they loved it.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff when I was a kid too.
68 cents to make that.
Well, nowadays, and I know what's in hot dogs, I'm very nerving which hot dog brand I would buy just because of how many, it's But
So what's
we
your
have
go-to hot dog brand?
I like Salen's hot dogs out of New York. I'm kind of a hot dog snob. I'll bring a 5-pound frozen chunk of it home with me. So actually, it's funny you mention I've got 3 wieners left. So I've got to go back to Buffalo and grab 5 more pounds of Salen's wieners.
You just like saying I like to grab wieners, you weirdo.
Hey, I just like to.
You
grab
just like
those
to
wieners
say I
from
gotta
under.
grab 3 wieners. That's
But I'm talking about hot dogs. So hot dogs.
Yeah,
everybody, come on.
yeah.
Head out to the gutters.
Well,
But yeah.
I'm a Hebrew national guy myself, but what about you, Kev?
We gravitate to ballpark food.
Adam, you got a favorite?
I don't eat hot dogs.
He doesn't eat them. He's a food snob.
Yeah.
So
My wife
Mom's
doesn't
not eating
either.
hot dogs.
She has a house. See, Julian will be 16 next month, so it's been like 9 years since she's had a hot dog. So I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike Matthews is saying, speaking of giveaways, where's my MAGA? Hey, so Mike,
Mega. Today?
WCR was shut down due to snow for a couple days. Deeds, it has been ordered, correct?
It's actually arriving today.
There you go. Mike Matthews, you got one coming. There
Yeah,
you go. There
it's
you go.
in
There
transit.
you go.
Yes. But enjoy that. So I won the 2K giveaway last month because I'm lucky like Damien, but I'm using a lot of it, a majority of it, to give stuff back. So each week or two, we're going to be doing giveaways. So at the end of the week, we'll be giving stuff back. So next week, we'll be giving something else fun away, week themed, but stay tuned.
Say you shop at Costco without saying you shop at Costco. Oh, Mason. So Mason Hembreed, bro, you some of your shit cracks me up, dude. Mason posted a video the other day. I don't even remember what it was, but he had his cop glasses on, and all I could think of was Super Troopers constantly. Like that's all I could
Littering
think of.
and
Littering and smoking.
they're making the 3rd one now.
Yeah. So
you no longer hold on. Let's give a moment of silence for your mustache. You no longer have the power of the stash. Here, it's gone. You've relinquished it.
I'm telling you, man. I should have recorded Evie yesterday when I went to open the front door when she was coming in. I'm telling you, she was thoroughly upset with me.
What?
Because she doesn't like when I shave my mustache. My daughter is like, "Daddy, you look so weird."
Why did you shave it?
Because it was growing in funky and it was driving me nuts. And I was just like, you know what? I just need to get it clean and restart it. Get that bitch going again and not have funny angles coming out one side. Not have funny
Here's the lead singer of System of a Down. Wake up. Why don't you put a little makeup?
Hold on,
the kids up on the table. Or Kenny G,
So I will send you a picture of me with my long hair back in the day. This is, 10 years ago, I had long flowing hair, not as curly as that. But yes, that's basically what I look like, except for I was about 25, 30 pounds heavier. So drinking Jason was a little round in the face, a little bloated. I had a little bloated Jason, chunky Jason. Yeah, that was it. What do you got?
Here's
now?
Kenny G without facial hair, but I want to know if you can tease and do this to your hair. Can you perm your hair like that?
I don't need
You have hair.
I don't really need
Does it
to.
happen?
It grows out wild like that. Yeah, it grows out wild like that, and it'll start getting. I don't get the tight curls like Julian does. My son had long hair for about 3 years as well. I do not get those crazy tight curls, but when it comes out, it gets like. And I've had other people be like, "Oh Jesus!" I'm like, yeah, I don't want that one. But it does get a little wild. It does get a little wild. So
I get clown hair. If it gets too long, it just kind of comes out this way. So
Oof.
yeah, that Sideshow Bob. Who is that?
That's
Oh, okay.
me.
that's
Oh,
Adam.
yeah, Adam. Holy smokes.
He's got some
Adam,
glare.
I don't know if
That's-
I've ever
that's
asked you this.
weird.
How old are you? Are you like 22, 23, something like that?
Dude.
19.
25.
Hot dog.
So you're 25 years old. You're a quarter century. So what's your birthday?
December 19th.
You just turned 25. Sweet. So you're celebrating 25 years of your life. And I shared a post yesterday, and I know you guys probably got to wrap up pretty soon. I told you we'd try to keep this into about an hour. But I shared a story yesterday in Facebook. Yesterday was a 25-year anniversary of an event that happened in my life that really temporarily fucked me up.
Cage
Yeah,
match in the stairs.
I was trying to
It
call
did.
it last night, but we were playing phone tag.
Yeah, we were playing phone tag. So I was at an event. I was at a WWF. This is before WWE took over, but I was at a WWF event with my partner Stretch, aka Ruben Fernandez, and we were having a lot of fun.
Ruby Rod.
At least I thought we were. After the event happened, I got bumped over a stairwell, and I fell 3 stories all the way down. Crushed my hand. I crushed my head, crushed my hand. There's 2 plates in this hand that hold the 2 bones together in here. And I broke my pelvis, and I was in a coma for about 3 days. And it was a very terrifying situation, I guess, for my family. Like I said, I didn't know I was in a coma, so I had no idea. But yeah, I woke
When
up
you were
with
asleep in your coma, did you have a talking walnut and a magical donkey or anything in there?
not in there. I woke up with a catheter though, and that scared the shit out of me. I was like, "What the hell is this?"
That's not funny.
Yeah. So that was a little
Still
that was
attached.
a little wild, but it was a terrifying event for my family. And it was terrifying for me. I didn't know what was going to happen. They told me I wouldn't walk. They told me you're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. You know, I was scared shitless. I was 22 at the time. I had a 2-year-old son, and he walked into the hospital room, and he saw my face, fat, round, purple, double black eyes, and he was scared shitless, and that kind of scared me. It didn't scare me enough to make me stop drinking, but I wanted to share this story because I know that a lot of us go through different things in our lives. And you know, Kevin, you hit on something earlier. We talked about timing. The timing wasn't ready for me to stop drinking, but I did know that there was one thing I didn't want to do, and that was put more pills or more other drugs into my body. I knew that I could not take the pills and that I was an addict of some sort, but I didn't realize that I was an alcoholic, and an alcoholic was just as bad as an addict. Nobody taught me that back then. So I dealt with my issues for a long time by drinking and suppressing memories and doing that kind of thing. But I thankfully, you know, years down the road, I was able to break some of those habits, and I'm able to look at life a little differently now. And, you know, sometimes people ask me how can you, or what's the deal? You know, why are you always so hype, and why are you always so in a good mood? And why do you look at things the way you do? Well, it's because I've been through the ringer. And I'll be honest with you guys. I know each and every single one of you, the 4 of you, and everyone who's watching and listening or paying attention to the show right now, every single one of us has been through something that is equal to or greater than the thing that I went through. But I wanted to hopefully point out that together and with the help of people in our corners, that we can get through anything that's, you know, anything that's put in front of us. And this morning, you know, we're getting these messages from our partner, Tom, and I've mentioned it a couple times. I just want him to know, if he is watching, that he's cared about and he's loved, and that everything is going to be all right. We've all been through some serious shit. You know, Deeds did a trip across the country by himself and didn't really know exactly what was going to happen around the next corner. You know, I almost died. I've been stabbed in the streets of Phoenix. Like there's been multiple different times when someone's been looking out for me, and there's been multiple different times when someone's been looking out for Deeds, and there's been multiple different times when someone's been looking out for Adam, and multiple different times when someone's been looking out for Kev. But I wanted to share with you guys that we're all here for each other, and it's important to me, and we're super happy and super glad and super proud to continue to do this show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to let you guys know that we're here for you. And it's important to remember that someone is there for you. Even when you think you're on your own, somebody's got your back. You may not even know it, but somebody's got your back. And if you're a window cleaner, there's lots of other window cleaners that got your back, including me, including that guy right over there, Deeds, including that guy right down there, Adam Hogan, and that guy right there, Kevin, man. So I'm just grateful. So if you guys ever want to know pardon me, for those of you who are wondering why I may be so hyped up and always try to be in a good mood, it's because I'm not dead, bitches. Straight up. God gave me multiple chances. What's that, Deeds?
So you go ahead and knock on wood there. You don't want to jinx yourself.
Because I'm not dead, bitches.
There you go.
But in all honesty, I've been given multiple opportunities to continue to do what I do, and I get to share. And I'm super happy that you guys are kind enough to share with me and allow myself and Deeds to share your stories. So if any of you guys ever that you haven't been on the show yet and you want to get in the pod, you want to hang out with Deeds and myself, you want to hang out with guys like Adam, you want to hang out with guys like Kev, keep showing up. That's the other thing that I learned too. Oh, fucking
Hang out with Serge Starkin from System of a Down. If you want to hang out with this guy.
yeah, it'll only take me about another 8 months and my hair may look like that. May. So I guess the other thing that I learned too in part of certain parts of my recovery, that is if you keep showing up, things happen. You got to keep showing up. You got to keep putting in the work. Good things will happen. So
That's right.
Kev, I don't know if you've watched many of the episodes. I know, Adam, you get down with this show. So
Yeah,
you know,
I have not. I'm sorry to say I have not.
Well, now you're
Show.
now you're in, bro. You're part of the fabric of the show. So all you got to do is keep popping in. But at the end of the show, what we like to do is we like to give our friends and guests the opportunity to give some shout outs. Excuse me, give some shout outs. Is there anybody? We're going to go Kevin first. Anybody that you'd like to give shout outs, send love to, say hey to, or you can also, if this is the way you choose to ride, you can really call somebody out and be like, hey, you're a dick. But I don't think that's your style.
You're a monster.
No, I've met some challenging people over the years. Let's leave those people out of it. So I was really excited to meet Chris Eckstein at the IWCA. I really enjoyed hearing his story.
He's going to be on soon.
I was happy to meet Charles. I'm sorry to hear about his situation. I was excited to meet Sean Hart and Craig Higgs. Those guys are solid.
Yeah.
You know, Alex and Chris with WCR, those guys are always fantastic. And Jersey, he's a quality guy. So those are the people that I've felt really fortunate that I've had, time with in the past, because I knew them. You know, Alex and Chris and Jersey, but then the new guys that I just met, including yourself, Jason and Mark. So, I've not I haven't met a lot of window cleaners who are just total assholes. A lot of quality people. So that's really great about this industry. That's one of the best things. Great people.
It is indeed. And it's the more and more you get involved, the more great people you continue to meet. And that's why, again, that's kind of why we keep doing this. Because if you don't ask the questions and you don't want to put yourself out there and you don't want to meet new people, then you're never going to find out the true greatness that is this industry. Adam, Ad Rock, you got any nicknames growing up, dude?
No.
What do you mean, no, bro? I'm gonna sit on this one and I'm gonna think of something that's unique and different. You can't just go Ad Rock, because every Adam that I know is Ad Rock. So we're gonna figure something out. What do you say?
So it's too close to J-Rock. Have you ever watched Trailer Park Boys?
The trailer
No.
park.
Yeah. You got to shout. Let it all out. Come on, Adam. Speak it up. So anybody you want to give a shout to?
Yeah, Chris and Alex, great people, always blessing us. Sean Hart, kicking me in the ass,
Yes.
always inspiring me to put out my content. Yeah, everybody else who's always watching and commenting.
There's a lot of good guys and gals in this
There's
industry.
too many
out there.
names too many names to name.
Yeah, you got to leave somebody out.
Yeah. I forgot. So in my speech, I forgot to name one of the most important people in my life, and that's Billy fucking Sloan. And I felt so bad afterwards. I was like, what the fuck? He's like the reason why I get to do any of this shit. And how I forgot his name, I don't even know. So I'm going to keep shouting it to the rooftops every time I can. Thank you, Billy. Thank you. Deeds, who you got?
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate it. It was great meeting a bunch of you guys, yourselves included, Adam and Kevin, at the event last week. So now we're all riding the high and back in our business in the swing of things. Spring is springing up here. So, guys, get ready. Start touching base with your customers. Activate. Thanks, Chris and Alex, for all they do with WCR and Zero and such. Thank you, WCR Nation, for holding our giveaways and stuff. Lucky
Shout
guy
out.
is blessed with that. And yeah, Squeegee Tom, my prayers are for you, putting a lot of positive energy that you can get your truck situated and get your ass back home safely and quickly and cheaply.
Yeah, he literally just texted. Hold on a second. Fucking A.
Woof.
He literally just texted. Let's let the Facebook chat know he's gonna take a quick nap. See if he can make. He's getting a little anxious, getting a little shaky. He's gonna rest a minute, and then hopefully this passes. And if not, he's gonna make a different phone call. But we're praying for you, Tom. I hope that everything's okay and that you get through this, and we can make this whole and you're mentally here okay. That can be stressful. I want to give a couple shout outs just basically to the two of you, of course, for joining us on this fabulous Friday. Kevin, I am really, really, really glad that we got to spend some time together. It was a much needed conversation on my part to get an opportunity to hang with you and to learn. I don't know if it's something about the way that you cats in Alabaster, Alabama, just have this nice, easy, calm, just like I said, it's that duck thing, baby. It's that duck thing. You guys have this demeanor that I like. I wish that I could have that, not too hype, not too low, just that cool customer, cool as the other side of the pillow. And
we're just chilling, baby. We're just chill. We're chill.
I don't know how you guys do it. It's just it's a very awesome way to be and carry yourselves. And kudos to both of you. I'd like to give another shout out to WCR Nation, Jersey, to AWC Mag, to our friends at Lakewood Window Cleaning in Ohio, Grace and Craig. Those two help this industry so much. They're always doing something for somebody behind the scenes. So thank you to Grace and Craig. There's somebody else too that I wanted to give a shout out to that I cannot remember, but Tyler Levi Smith for putting together some great visuals yesterday, and to Brian Brown putting it down. The goo as the Stallone and Craig Hensel as the big guy from Over the Top. That visual just set it up. I was so happy to see that yesterday. It was hilarious. So shout out to all the.
Sorry, Norm Macdonald's had a joke where at Saturday Night Live, he was like laying in a car and Stallone was trying to help him. He's like, "Let me get you out of the car." He goes, "Stop." Anyway, he just made a joke of the Over the Top, of how terrible of a movie it was to his face. So
yeah, we should go. I should go back and re-see how horrible it is, because I do remember.
Yeah, it was like a child custody battle over a arm wrestling competition. That's
and the kids and the kid's kind of a whiny little bitch too. Like the kid's kind of a brat, but most 13, 14-year-old boys are anyway. So And I guess
Sure.
if you had to go travel the country with your dad in a big rig, that probably wouldn't be too much fun, huh?
Probably
Dad,
not.
did you fart? No, I didn't fart. Yeah, he farted. But it happens.
All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. We appreciate you guys joining us this fabulous Friday and this week. Next week we have Chris Lambernidis is supposed to be in on Monday. Who's in on Wednesday? You remember?
I can't remember these things.
Hold on, let me
It's in a
see.
phone
Let me
somewhere.
see. Mama say, Mama sama, makusa. We
No, you gotta
have
sing the System of a Down.
no. So we have Chris is on the 2nd, and then Chris Eckstein is on the 4th. We didn't get a chance. Our February cover boy, we did not get a chance to get him in February, so we'll get him in as soon as we can in March. And then on the 6th, Rowan Todd from Mountain Vista Window Washing. He was the first competitor in the speed, or not in the speed, but in the was it
relay?
medley? Yeah. He
Something.
was the first competitor at the window cleaning competition last Friday night, or Thursday night. So I'm looking forward to getting everybody in the studio next week. In the show next week. We don't have a studio.
No, this is Casey Kasem talking.
Yeah,
to
we're
the
not
studio.
fucking fancy. I'm fancy.
No.
My bad.
No,
But
we're
thank
not.
you guys for joining us. I appreciate Adam for taking the time, Kevin
In
for
the
taking
world.
the time, and allowing both of you to take some time off and join us this fabulous Friday. What were you showing us, Deeds?
Fabulous Friday. No, that was my speaker. We're in a studio. I got to get like the headphones, kind of like a podcast. Get my mic set up here and just talk to the mic.
Yeah, I have one,
We're
and
not
I
in the studio.
probably maybe I'll do that this weekend, and maybe I'll make us look a little more professional, or maybe not. Who knows?
Maybe I'll fly. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
do the dishes.
Deeds, what do you tell them at the end of the show every day?
Change your rubbers. Change them.
Change
Because
your
there's
rubbers.
streaks.
And I tell you guys that if your passion bucket's not full, keep tuning in. I'm sorry it's not full. We'll do better next week, but we really appreciate you guys for tuning in and joining us. Treat each other well with respect and kindness and love. Stay up, stay gold, and we'll catch you on the flip side, y'all. Peace out, bitches.
See you guys.